At the Orlando Law Group, we advise companies on a broad range of business matters, from the formation of an entity to contractual matters to mergers and acquisitions. We actively lead transactions and remain engaged with our clients. Call the Orlando Law Group today and let us provide pragmatic solutions to clients. Call the Orlando Law Group today and let us provide pragmatic solutions that help launch, grow, and maintain a successful business for you. I'm Jennifer Englert, and I founded the Orlando Law Group so people can get legal services from attorneys who care. At the Orlando Law Group, it's more than just a case, it's personal.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Chris. I am here today on Testimonial Tuesday, and I am here today to talk to so many wonderful people. And we are here in this beautiful, beautiful restaurant called Marlowe's Tavern, right here in Lee Vista in Orlando. And let me tell you something. First of all, the atmosphere is absolutely gorgeous. What a great setting to be here to interview people and let everybody know. Before we get started, I have to introduce our sponsors. Our main sponsor today is the Orlando Law Group, and they are full-service legal solutions. They do business law expertise. They have personal injury guidance, estate planning and family law, accessible, client-focused legal help, and serving individuals, families, and businesses. So thank you to the Orlando Law Group for sponsoring this wonderful day today of Testimonial Tuesdays. And I'm going to go over real quick some amazing events we have happening here in the East Orlando Chamber. The one that's coming up quickly and fast, which I'm shocked about, feels like we were just there, is the Feast in the East. What an incredible event that this is. If you've never been to it, you need to go. It is going to be on February 26, 2026, from 5 to 8 p.m. It's not to be missed. I mean, not to be missed. There's going to be incredible food there. Marlowe's Tavern will be there. There will be a bunch of other restaurants there for you to try, taste, and experience what all these restaurants have to offer. So come on out for the Feast of the East on February 26, 2026. Now let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Let's talk about this incredible restaurant that I have the pleasure of sitting here. I am with the general manager of this wonderful location, Mr. Jason Lacey. Welcome, Jason. How are you today?
Thank you. Well.
Awesome. Thank you for inviting us in. Thank you for having us in your beautiful restaurant. And I hope that you come down for lunch today and get to see this beautiful restaurant and experience the wonderful food, because I've eaten here, God, many, many times. And I've had an incredible experience every time I've been here. So thank you for that. My wife thanks you also. So let's get into some questions, Jason. Let's find out about Marlowe's. Let's find out about you. Let's get into the nitty gritty. Can you share the story behind Marlowe's Tavern, Lee Vista, and what inspired its opening in this community?
You know, when I think about it, it's crazy the time that's passed, first of all, because we're coming up on our 10-year anniversary here this year. And while I wasn't part of management at that point, I was, in fact, one of the opening trainers for the original hourly staff. Man, 10 years since it seems like it's gone by, with the snap of a finger. We always loved this part of the city, the gateway community here out near the airport, nestled in between some great neighborhoods like Belle Isle and Conway. You have Vista Lakes to Lake Nona. We set up shop, and it's been an awfully fun ride, and it is certainly crazy. It's been 10 years already.
10 years of fun. I love it. How would you describe the core philosophy or mission of Marlowe's Tavern when it comes to food, service, and guest experience?
So, our mission, quite simply, is to deliver affordable luxury to the neighborhoods that we are in. I would say it's a really chef-driven company from the top down, from ownership down to the operators. You won't find many people that are in leadership positions that haven't, had that coat on at one point or another in their career.
Awesome. That is awesome.
And we really try to, put that forward, that philosophy anyway, being, a chef-driven business. We like that to shine through in everything that we do, when you talk about chef-driven, you think obviously first and foremost, great food offerings.
Absolutely.
But, you also think, order and planfulness, if you worked in a great kitchen with a great chef, those are things that stand out as well. So,
yes.
It's something we kind of try to carry through every aspect of our business. And, I think the results speak for themselves. I think the offerings are fantastic. And when you talk about affordable luxury, I feel like, we're doing it, at a price point where you can afford to go out and treat yourself, to a fresh meal with fresh ingredients. And you can do it as often as you please. And it's not having you get home and look at your credit card statement when you get back. We offer a nice, affordable, great food and drinks.
So I don't have to take out a second mortgage, is what you're telling me.
There you go.
Well, I have to say, and coming from a person that does dine here and has dined here, your pricing is very good. It's reasonable. The quality that you're getting for that price is excellent. So thank you for that. And I love that this is a chef-driven restaurant. The whole company is chef-driven. I think that is incredible because when the chef is involved, the food is going to be incredible. So that's awesome. Marlowe's offers classic American tavern fare with an elevated twist. How do you decide which seasonal or special menu item to introduce, like the recent winter menu or special event menu?
One of the things that has always, drawn me in is the fact that we take that step to change the menus up as often as we do. We do a core menu change twice a year. We run a, call it a spring summer menu and then a fall winter menu. And it just allows us to, get in, get feedback from guests, come in with some new ideas. We do like to, really follow the trends that are happening in the industry, and try to be on the leading edge of, some new techniques, some fresher ingredients, some different takes on what you might consider, a favorite or what you might consider, something familiar and turn it into, more of a unique experience.
I like that.
And again, across from the food to the bar, we stand behind that philosophy. And, changing the menu as often as we do, gives our guests a chance to come in and try something new that, maybe they didn't have in mind, and they've come to trust us over the years. There's always a little kickback when we take away somebody's favorite menu item, but, it's a chance to present them with something fresh and maybe come up with a new favorite. That's
what I said. Maybe they'll try something else and be, oh wow, this is amazing.
It also allows us to, bring in ingredients seasonally. Everything's not at its best all year long. No. So when we move into the fall winter, we're looking at ingredients that match with that time frame, and you can mirror that with the spring summer menu as well.
That's incredible. I love that. What are some signature dishes or drinks that guests absolutely must try when they visit Marlowe's Tavern?
I'd be remiss if I didn't throw the shrimp and grits out there. That's
yes.
Yes. I'm 13 years in myself right now, and that menu hasn't changed. That menu item hasn't changed since the day I started.
It's an incredible item.
So while we do, play around with some of the menu items, there are some core menu items that we have on there, this whole time running. Shrimp and grits being one of them, and then there's always some great new menu items. You mentioned the winter menu we're doing right now. There's some great sandwiches. There's some great entrees. Everything from our pork tenderloin preparation to our new salmon preparation. Both of those have been awfully popular. We have a turkey meatloaf right now that we almost sell out of every night.
I gotta try that.
So that's definitely been hitting the spot as far as one of our newer menu items goes.
I'm definitely gonna. Yes, we're coming back for dinner with my wife, and we're trying that. That's for sure. How do you balance classic comfort favorites with new culinary trends to keep the menu fresh and exciting?
You know, we're working on that new menu the day the new menu comes out. So, you know, you can rest assured that there's people digging in and starting to put work in on this spring summer menu that'll be coming out. Gosh, it's can't be too far away. I want to say we're targeting March, April, somewhere thereabouts.
Okay.
You know, and then we have a chance to do some fun stuff that goes along with the seasons. I imagine, you know, we'll be doing, you know, some fun stuff maybe that around Mardi Gras season. We always like to play around with some of that cuisine, so we're looking. But that'll probably be the next, you know, fun little maybe supplemental menu or some specials we can run that go along with the Mardi Gras season. So that's kind of what's coming up next.
I love it. Happy hour. Everybody loves happy hour. Happy hour is a highlight for many locals, including me, sir. What makes Marlo's happy hour experience stand out?
Honestly, you know, I can stand behind the value. The deals are great. We do half off drafts. Our happy hour runs Monday through Friday. We started a little early at 3 o'clock in case you get to sneak out of work, you know. But we do half off drafts. We do $5 glasses of wine, and we do $5, you know, base cocktails, as well as $5 martinis and margaritas. And that's every Monday through Friday. We have some small bites on the menu as well, where you can indulge. We have what we call it a, you know, 5, 6, 7 menu. So the price points are 5, 6, or 7.
Great pricing, by the way.
And then on top of that, I'd say it's the people. You know, I have a great bar staff, and we have a great group of regulars. So if you come in fresh for happy hour and it's your first time, you're sure to run into, you know, somebody that you might consider the funniest human you ever met, being one of our regulars, and you know, you'll definitely get the kind of hospitality that you come to expect of us, and maybe even a little dim sum at happy hours. It's a fun time. It's a growing day part. We're pretty excited about our offerings.
No, your offerings are fantastic. 5, 6, 7 on the appetizers is incredible, especially in times like today where costs are going up. You guys have really kept your menu prices at a nice level, and I can tell you that I've had meetings during happy hour for business here, because you create a great atmosphere, first of all, and then, like I said, the appetizers are so reasonably priced at 5, 6, 7. It's a great place to come and meet with fellow business folks. How does Marlo's Tavern engage with the Lee Vista community and create a welcoming environment for guests, whether they're regulars or first-time visitors?
Well, I think one of the cool parts about this location, just, you know, really given the proximity to the airport, is we kind of get the best of both worlds. So, you know, we get a lot of folks from the surrounding neighborhoods that come see us on a regular basis, but we also get to meet new folks every day that are either staying at the hotels or in and out of the airport. So it certainly keeps us on our toes as far as, you know, kind of giving the welcome to, you know, first-time guests, and, you know, giving them the run of the place, and, you know, letting them know what we're about, and just being able to surprise and delight. You know, I get the comment at least once a week that, you know, somebody that comes in for, you know, maybe another state that aren't sure that is that for me?
No, it's for me. Don't worry. Don't ignore her. Just keep going with what you're saying.
That's what I'm not supposed to be doing.
Yes, I'll get to that.
No pro. But you know, having the mix of folks from both the airport and the surrounding areas, so we get a, you know, good mix of new guests combined with you know, our locals and our regulars that, you know, quite frankly keep the doors open. They're awfully special to us.
Well, I'm going to now read what, you know, she has been throwing up here. Great lunch adventures today, 12:30 p.m. right here at Marlo's Tavern, 6889 Eagle Watch Drive, Orlando. So come on down, or excuse me, let me read this correctly. Come out and try for yourself while having the opportunity to network. This first of all, the food is going to be fantastic, and you get to meet some great people like Jason. He will be here today if you want to come say hello and meet Jason and ask him some questions about the restaurant or about the wonderful cuisine that's here. So I'm going to go on with our next question, since we don't have a big sign held up right now. What kind of feedback or guest stories have stood out to you that really reflect the heart of Marlowe's Tavern? That was a good one, huh?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that come to mind. I'd say most recently, we do have one of our longtime regulars that he's a jolly old fella, and he does Santa gigs over the holidays.
Does he really?
Yeah, like in real life,
awesome.
He goes out and does those. And one of our bartenders had missed Christmas proper with his daughter, but had her that weekend. So it was the 28th or 29th or what have you, and just really that regular came in fully dressed with presents,
Wow.
So my team member came in with his daughter, and then we surprised her with Santa.
Oh, that's awesome.
With gifts. He came through the door and sat down with her, took pictures, gave her the gifts, and really kind of made her day. But that's the kind of stuff we didn't even have to ask him.
He just did it.
Jumped right on it, just by hearing
incredible.
what Kevin was talking about. But that would be a standout, at least recently.
Oh, that's definitely standout. That's incredible. See, that's the kind of people. So you can come down to Marlowe's Tavern and meet Santa if you want. He's here all year. I'm going to read again a little blurb about our incredible sponsor for today, the Orlando Law Group, Full Service Legal Solutions. This episode is brought to you by the Orlando Law Group. They provide full service legal solutions across Central Florida, including business law, estate planning, personal injury, and family law. Whatever your legal needs, their experienced team is ready to guide you through every step. Thank you to the Orlando Law Group for sponsoring today's Testimonial Tuesday. Getting back to you now, I have another pretty good question here. I like this question, actually. Do you have any tips for first-time visitors to make the most of their Marlowe's Tavern experience?
Yeah, really simple one. Just let us know it's your first time. And we're gonna, do everything we can to blow you away. You're probably gonna get to have a conversation with myself or one of my other managers. We're gonna welcome you, and we're going to, steer you in the direction where you can't lose.
Hold on, I gotta understand this correctly. You don't hide in an office. You're actually out here talking to guests
Quite a bit.
and seeing everybody. That's amazing. That's friendliness. That's
being in how I don't know. I guess it's a matter of perspective. The way I'm falling behind on some of my admin projects. Maybe my boss might disagree, but I do try to spend a great deal of time out here as opposed to being in the office. Yeah.
That's very unusual in today's environment. I love that you're out here with the guests and meeting the guests, because when we get to know you, it makes us want to come back. So thank you for that. That's awesome. And I'm sorry that you're behind on your admin.
Happens to the best of us,
For guests looking to host an event or special celebration at Marlowe's, what options or experiences can they expect?
Well, we have a fairly extensive catering menu as well as special events menus. We do use this patio portion of the restaurant here to host large groups rather frequently. I know we've hosted you fine folks before, and we have space for close to as many as 70 to 90 people out there, depending on how we're setting up the the day. But it's just a matter of giving us a call here at the restaurant or reaching out to our catering coordinator, Allison. We can deliver everything from office catering, for some simple box lunches, all the way up to off-site, more extensive and, certainly bigger events, hosted at any venue, really. We can set up everywhere from your backyard to, wherever you'd like us to serve you.
Awesome. Well, we have 5 seconds left. No, I don't. I got the hand. So I'm going to ask you one last question. If your restaurant had a signature cocktail personality, what would it be and why?
may I fall back on one of our most popular signature cocktails. We call it the new fashion. So, if I had to draw parallels, that drink is a take on a old favorite.
Mm-hmm.
We, take the time to, really uphold all the core standards of that drink, but we do kind of throw in our own little, twist, if you will. And, pardon me. I feel like if you came in the doors sight unseen and you took a look around this place and you saw all the TVs and the brick walls, and you might think that you're sitting down and just grabbing some bar food, maybe getting a drink. And
I agree.
what we try to do is take that premise and that motif, if you will, and then put our own spin on it.
Okay.
To where we can surprise you. Maybe it's a little more, a little better than you might be expecting. Just laying eyes on it originally, walking through the door. It's a little bit more than a tavern.
It feels very warm when you walk in here. It's a very warm, comfortable feeling when you walk in. That's what I really love. The lighting, the walls, the TV, everything just all comes together so beautifully in this restaurant. So, with that said, I'm going to wrap this wonderful meeting up as I'm getting another billboard sent to me. Great lunch adventures today, 12:30 p.m. today, right here at Marlowe's Tavern. Come see Jason at 6889 Eagle Watch Drive, Orlando. Come out and try for yourself what everything Marlowe's is about. I mean, you got to come experience it. Just come have lunch, enjoy yourself here today, and see why you should be coming back with your family, your business folks, and your friends, because this is a great place to be. I've been here for business. I've been here for pleasure with my friends at the bar, and each time Marlowe's knocks it out of the park. So, Jason, thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing us to be here today, and I can't wait to enjoy lunch later on.
I appreciate the kind words.
You,
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
All right.